You're alone, and suddenly your arm feels weak. What now? You're over 60. You're home alone. The morning feels like any other, until it doesn't. Suddenly your hand can't hold your coffee mug. Your arm feels heavy. Your words slur. You look in the mirror, and half your face isn't smiling back. Your heart races. Is this a stroke? You try to tell yourself it's nothing. Maybe it'll pass. Maybe you just slept wrong. But deep down, you know something isn't right. What you do in the next 5 minutes could save your brain, your independence, even your life. Because in those first critical minutes after a stroke, time isn't just money. Time is memory, movement, and survival. In this video, we'll walk you through exactly what to do if a stroke strikes and you're completely alone. No fluff, no panic, just calm, life-saving actions, designed especially for seniors over 60 who want to take back control of their health. So stay with us. This information could be the reason you see tomorrow clearly and walk into it with strength. Why every senior needs to be prepared, even when no one's around. Let's face it, if you're over 60 and living on your own, your biggest fear may not be aging. It's what could happen when no one is there to help. A stroke doesn't knock politely. It arrives suddenly without warning. And in those first critical minutes, your response can determine everything. Whether you recover fully or face permanent damage, whether you walk out of the hospital or never return home the same. That's why this video exists. We're going to show you how to survive a stroke alone with 5 practical, life-saving actions that you can take the moment symptoms strike. These aren't complicated medical procedures. They're clear, simple steps that have saved lives. Because knowing what to do during a stroke when alone isn't just important, it's urgent. You'll also learn which small decisions can protect your brain, your independence, and your future, even when no one's around. And if you're a caregiver or love someone over 60, this knowledge might be the greatest gift you ever give. Let's begin. These are the stroke emergency tips for seniors that could save your life. Tip number 1, recognize the signs. Your brain is speaking to you. If you can name it, you can survive it. The first and most powerful step you can take, especially if you're alone, is to recognize the signs your body is sending. When a stroke begins, your brain doesn't stay silent. It speaks through your face, your limbs, your voice, but you have to be listening. That's why every senior should remember one simple word, FAST. F is for face drooping. Can you smile? Is one side of your face suddenly sagging or numb? A is for arm weakness. Raise both arms. Does one drift downward or feel unusually weak? S is for speech difficulty. Is your voice slurred? Can you repeat a simple sentence clearly? T is for time to act. Every second counts. If even one of these signs appears, call for help immediately. These are the classic stroke symptoms in elderly, and missing them, or waiting just a few more minutes, can lead to permanent brain damage. Real story. Margaret, age 76. Margaret was home alone one morning, sipping her tea, when she suddenly dropped her cup. Her right arm had gone numb. She stood up and caught her reflection in the mirror. One side of her face was drooping. Instead of panicking or assuming it would pass, she remembered the acronym FAST. She couldn't speak clearly. She called 911 immediately. That decision, it saved her ability to walk, speak, and live independently today. So many early signs of stroke over 60 go unnoticed or unspoken because we blame aging, fatigue, or stress. But hesitation is the real enemy. You may think, maybe it's nothing. But the truth is, if you can spot a stroke alone, you can save your own life. Don't wait, don't guess, don't second guess. When it comes to stroke, fast action means full recovery. Seconds can protect your memory, your speech, even your independence. And in a moment like that, you are your own hero. Tip number 3, cough, CPR, and movement. Keep your brain alive. Small movements, big impact. Keep oxygen flowing. You might be wondering, what can I possibly do if I'm having a stroke or heart episode and no one is around? The truth is, even small movements can make a big difference. Let's start with something life-saving but often unknown. Cough CPR, when the heart is at risk. If you feel your heart racing, you're lightheaded, or suddenly feel faint, it could mean the stroke has triggered a cardiac arrhythmia or your heart is under extreme stress. This is where cough CPR comes in, a technique used in emergencies when you feel your heart beginning to fail, but you're still conscious. Here's how it works. Take a deep breath. Cough hard, as if you're trying to clear something stuck in your throat. Repeat this every 2 to 3 seconds while trying to stay as upright as possible. This action helps to keep blood circulating to your brain and heart, buying you time until emergency responders arrive. Cough CPR for seniors can truly be a bridge between collapse and survival. Gentle movement, supporting blood and oxygen flow. If you're conscious and able, try to move your limbs gently. Wiggle your toes. Flex your fingers and wrists. Roll your shoulders or neck slowly if possible. Why? These small movements stimulate circulation and prevent stagnation, keeping blood moving, especially helpful if you're feeling weak or partially paralyzed on one side. And don't lie flat unless you're dizzy and at risk of falling. If you can, sit upright or lean forward slightly while breathing slowly. This posture eases pressure on your lungs and heart and helps keep oxygen flowing. These are self-help techniques during a stroke that don't require strength, just awareness and the will to act. Real-life survival story. Helen, a 72-year-old widow, was home alone when she suddenly felt a crushing weight in her chest. Her arms went numb and dizziness set in fast. She remembered something she saw online. Cough CPR. She immediately took a deep breath, coughed hard, repeated it over and over, and grabbed her phone. The movement kept her alert. The oxygen kept her conscious. EMS arrived in minutes, and she survived a heart attack that could have ended differently, all because she acted. So remember, even when you're alone, your body still has tools to fight back. When your brain is starving for oxygen, movement is medicine. Tip number 4, body positioning. Help the blood flow. Right how you sit or lie down could save your life. When a stroke or heart attack hits and you're alone, what you do with your body matters a lot. You might feel the instinct to lie down, but depending on the situation, that can actually make things worse. Let's talk about how to position yourself safely to protect your brain and heart until help arrives. Best position. During stroke, upright is often better. If you are still conscious and not too dizzy, sit upright, either in a chair or on the floor with your back against a wall. This position eases pressure on your lungs and heart, encourages better blood flow to the brain, helps you breathe more easily, reducing panic. Use a pillow, rolled up towel, or even a couch cushion to support your lower back. The key is to stay stable and relaxed, not slumped or collapsed. If you're feeling lightheaded, try to sit with your head slightly tilted forward, elbows resting on your knees. This position keeps blood moving without letting it pool or rush unevenly to the head. These are not just comfort measures. They're proven stroke safety tips for elderly people at home alone. What not to do: avoid lying flat. Unless you are fainting or about to fall, do not lie flat on your back. Why? Lying flat may increase intracranial pressure, putting more stress on your already struggling brain. It can compromise your breathing, especially if your airway becomes obstructed. Also, avoid bending over completely or putting your head below your chest. This can worsen dizziness and blood pressure swings. And if your arm or leg is numb, don't try to force movement or walk it off. This increases fall risk. Remember, a fall can do more damage than the stroke itself. Use props and stay grounded. Can't reach a chair? Sit on the floor with your back against a couch or wall. Support your head with a cushion. If you can't sit upright, lie on your side in the recovery position, especially if you feel nausea or are vomiting. Being low to the ground and well supported by pillows reduces your risk of falling and keeps you stable until help comes. This is where knowing how to sit during a heart attack or stroke could literally save your life. Think of your body like a damaged machine. It needs stability to keep working. When the heart or brain is compromised, positioning helps reduce the strain. Just like you'd set down a fragile device gently, you want to position your body in a way that minimizes damage. It may seem simple, but how you sit or lie down in those critical moments is one of the most overlooked stroke first aid tips for seniors, and it can make a major difference. Still with us? Type "I'm prepared" in the comments if even one of these tips was new to you, and help someone else stay safe by tapping that like button. Your click might just save a life. Tip number 5, call for help, even if you can't speak. Technology is your lifeline. Use it before you can't. If you're having a stroke or heart attack and you're alone, the most important thing is getting help. Fast. But what if you can't speak clearly or move well enough to dial a number? That's where technology becomes your lifeline. And if you're over 60, you need to set this up before an emergency happens. Use emergency phone features. One touch can save you. Most modern phones, whether it's an iPhone or Android, come with emergency call functions. For example, pressing the power button 5 times rapidly can activate emergency SOS. You can pre-program your phone to call 911 and notify family with one touch. Set up your medical ID with details like medications and allergies, visible to first responders even when your phone is locked. You don't need fancy apps. These features are already built in. Just a few minutes setting them up can give you a life-saving shortcut when time matters most. Use voice commands. When your hands can't help, let's say you feel your arm going numb or your fingers aren't working, you can still call for help with your voice. Just say, "Hey Siri, call 911." Or, "Okay Google, emergency services." Voice-activated tech isn't just convenient. It's a critical stroke survival tool for seniors who may suddenly lose motor control. Even if your speech is slurred, many virtual assistants are trained to recognize basic commands. Try it once or twice, practice it. So when you truly need it, your voice becomes your rescue. Medical alert devices, your backup. When phones fail, phones aren't the only tool. Medical alert bracelets, pendants, or smartwatches with fall detection can automatically call for help when you fall, you stop moving, or you press a discrete button. Some devices even monitor heart rate or oxygen levels, sending alerts when something's wrong, even before you notice symptoms. These tools are ideal if you live alone or have a history of heart issues. They're not a luxury. For many seniors, they're a second chance at life. Don't wait. Set these up before you need them. Stroke and heart attack symptoms can escalate fast. By the time you think, "I should call someone," you might not be able to anymore. So please, set up your phone's emergency settings, practice voice commands, and consider a medical alert system. These small preparations remove the fear of being alone and replace it with confidence. Because now you're not truly alone, you have help at your fingertips. Your life is worth protecting. Don't wait until it's too late. Prepare today. When it comes to strokes or heart emergencies, every second truly counts. The difference between a full recovery and lifelong damage, or worse, often comes down to how quickly you respond. So let today be the day you take small steps that can save your life. Set up your emergency contacts on your phone. Make sure they're one touch away. Practice the breathing technique we discussed. Calm is your superpower. And talk to your doctor about your stroke risk and any tech tools that could alert others in a crisis. You don't need to be a doctor to survive a medical emergency alone. You just need to be prepared. Subscribe now for more life-saving, senior-specific health advice and empowering tips from Wisdom in Old Age. Which tip surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. Your insight might be the reminder